Career to date really started quite a while ago in telecommunications and computing, and then switched over into people development, linking into a greater involvement in sport, that sport being track and field athletics. Well, the transition from technical to people almost came by accident, really. I was working with a firm that were very technical in sort of local area networking and the days before the internet, and because I'm very old. And they needed someone to help develop the other project managers, because that's what I was. I was a voice and data comms project manager. And so they needed someone in that role, which was kind of people development and education, and I absolutely loved it. So when it was time to go back to my normal day job, I found it horrendously boring. So I thought, I need more of that people stuff, but I had no idea what shape or form it would take. And while all of that was going on, I was getting a greater involvement in track and field athletics, and so the two just seemed to merge, helping people perform in sport and helping people perform in business. The sort of principle of marginal gains is fairly well established in sport now, and for me anyway, what that means is quite often taking care of the details. A lot of the time people look for the big fancy stuff, and actually what really makes a difference is making sure you've got the details really well nailed down. And for every little bit of improvement you can make on the fundamentals, you tend to get an exponentially larger improvement in the overall performance. And in business, it's no different. I think the challenge with business is, though, people are often looking for end of term results, end of year results, sales, whatever it might be. So the focus is on the big stuff. What business tends to not be quite as good at doing is actually taking care of the detail. In a lot of organizations, a lot of businesses, people need to interact with other people, and they need to do that interaction really well. And what they would often focus on is the outcome of the interaction. Did I get the sale? Did they agree to what I wanted them to? What they might actually need to look at is, how do they develop that initial rapport? There's got to be something that they do which really helps them to do that. And actually focusing on that thing rather than the outcome. If they focus on that thing, get that thing right, they develop the rapport, which increases the likelihood that they get the outcome that they want. Rather than one greatest career success, I'm going to try and sneak in two. Back in '92, when I was looking after the relay teams, we had a quartet of junior men that were okay, but not brilliant individually. One took a silver medal, but they came together and broke the British record and won the gold medal at the World Junior Championships. That was back in '92. More recently, at the Paralympics in London, I have 3 athletes there. They all went in and on the day all produced personal best. I guess next for me, after a bit of a lie down following the World Para Championships in London here, is to begin to get my 2 or 3 athletes ready for the Games in Tokyo 2020. They all have high aspirations to produce some exceptional performances, so there's quite a bit of work to be done there. And on the business side, I'm still doing a lot of work with helping organizations to be able to improve the quality of performance conversations that they have.